Ready when you are.
Okay, first of all, real proud of our team. Going on the road, top 20 opponent on the road, one of the biggest games they've had here probably in a long time. And our guys played really well. You know, defensively we were down 3 starters and we were playing a bunch of young guys, and guys hadn't played a lot and thought they battled. You know, we forced 3 fumbles. We almost got the one right there that would have been big, but 2 turnovers. Offensively, I mean, we knew we had to run the ball. That's a big time defense, and they drop 8 a lot, and people have had trouble running the football. We just felt real strong that we had to get off to a good start running the football, and 300 and whatever yards rushing. Couldn't be more proud of our offensive line, our running backs. John Rice showed a lot of guts, a lot of heart, and I thought our receivers blocked on the perimeter. But really big win for us, and real proud of our guys, the way they competed.
What went into the decision this week to start John Rice? Was he 100%? And just talk about how he played, especially early on with those big runs.
Yeah, you know, my philosophy's always been you don't lose your position with an injury, and really that's the way that I went about it. And you know, Mikey's a starter within his own right. Y'all know that. And you know, I felt like we need to start him. I possibly could have played Mikey. You know, we're going to do whatever it takes to win at this point. But John Rice just, you know, the way he ran the ball, I mean, he changed the game early. Anytime the quarterback's a run threat like he was, it opened up everything else on the outside, and you know, he had a really good game.
Coach, Tulane had only given up 127 yards average rushing. Talk about your rushing performance a little bit more, and particularly Isaiah Bowser down the stretch.
Yeah, well, was that a thing of beauty, that last drive? I mean, he's one of the best backs in college football, and he showed that. He imposed his will. Our offensive line, I need to say this, like, our offensive line's a really good offensive line. I know early on people were questioning this and that. It took them a little bit to gel, but you know, last 3 or 4 weeks, I mean, they've played great football, and to have that many yards rushing against that team says a lot about those guys, and couldn't be more proud of those guys also.
Coach, can you talk about how important it was for the young guys on that defense with some big key contributors out and step in, and we saw no
Yeah, you know, it stresses you a little bit when you got them young guys out there in key moments, but man, they competed and they did a good job. It was next man up mentality. You know, our guys, this is the biggest game of the year. Y'all knew that, our guys knew that, and next man up. They competed hard, they played extremely hard. And, you know, you got to give Tulane credit. I mean, they're a really good football team. They got a really good head coach, and for us to win here, you know, it's really big for us.
They got to Michael Pratt quite a bit. You pressured him.
Yeah, we did, and Ricky Barber came on. Now he really he had a really good game again, and we were able to hit him. You know, we didn't hit the quarterback against Memphis very much, you know, and so Trav dialed up some things, and guys got after the quarterback. We made him uncomfortable at times, but he's a really good quarterback too. Now, I mean, they got really good players.
You've seen guys step up on defense. Cam Moore steps up.
Yeah, Cam Moore, true freshman, you know, on the road. I need to say this too. Our fans it was like a home game in the second half. I mean, God, I'm so happy that, I'm so thankful our guys traveled. It was really a big advantage for us.
Obviously, there's 2 games left, but this win puts you in the driver's seat of the American Athletic Conference.
Yeah.
What does that mean about you? What does that say about your team to overcome the EC loss on the road?
Yeah.
Win a couple of big ones.
Yeah. Well, we played good football the last 3 weeks. You know, after that, and I think that says a lot. It's one game at a time. I mean, we're going to enjoy this. We're going to focus on our next game. That's it. And you can't look ahead this time of year. We're not going to. I mean, we're playing a team that beat us last year and left a real sour taste in our mouth, and you know, we got to regroup. We got to rebound from that. We need to play good football again. We're going home, and we're excited to go home.
At halftime, it was 24-14. That's a 10-point lead. You had to feel good about that, but did you kind of feel like you left some points on the table?
Yeah,
I
had
mean,
the ball first and goal at the 3 and didn't score. I mean, that wasn't real smart. So no, I wasn't real happy with myself on that deal.
What happened there? What happened there?
Well, we had, you know, that Wildcat pack has been pretty good for us, okay? And we went, and they give them credit. We pulled a guard, and they kind of ran through, and we got -2. And then we've been saving one of those plays for the right time. We just didn't get it done. Felt good about the call at the time, but bottom line is we didn't score, and that was like, oh, crud. But you know, our guys, they came back. I think we scored the next drive.
Second half, the defense stops Tulane on their first drive, and then the offense gets
that was big. 10 points. We stopped, and we went and scored. And you know, you can't let up against a quality team like that. And give them credit. They fought back, and we had to punt, you know, with 13 seconds left down there to seal the game. So they kept fighting.
Coach, you and I a couple years ago had a conversation about fullbacks, and you gave me a quote where you said, "We believe in running the football, which I think you have to do to win a championship." You also then went on to say, you know, the teams that you've been a part of that have led the nation in running have won championships.
Yeah.
Do you think that that quote that you told me a couple years ago is indicative of this team now?
Well, I mean, we ran the football really good
Right.
against a really good, the best rushing defense in our league, and our fullback played really good tonight. I mean, Alec Holler was a man out there and just did a super job. And so, you know, that's just what I believe in. I mean,
Right.
there's other great offenses that believe in different stuff, but I like having that fullback in there.
Coach, can you talk about what happened on that first drive where you kind of called the timeout, looked a little frustrated with the officials? Like, what happened during that after the long run by John?
Oh, yeah, they got us to jump off sides. And I just wasn't happy with the way they got us to jump off sides. So
Did they mimic the snap count?
I just wasn't happy.
You saw what John Rice did with his legs. How do you evaluate what he did passing?
I don't know. How did he do passing? Let's look at it, Fred. I don't know. You know, I know that he missed one I wasn't real happy with, but the other stuff I thought he played pretty good.
You brought it up a minute ago about the fans. It got really loud there, and
It
it
did.
felt like a home.
I looked around, looked back, and like, wow, we got a lot of people here. That says a lot. It says a lot about our fans, a lot about our program, that we travel so well. Our fans knew how big this game was too, and so yeah, it was a great feeling.
Gus, what is the bigger significance of Plumlee not only playing after not playing last week, but having this best rushing total for you guys against a defense that hadn't given up more than 200 yards rushing to anybody all year long?
Yeah.
How do you put that in perspective?
Yeah, I mean, I think John Rice he's a special talent. There's no doubt that he can run that effective, and he's a tough guy too. And you know, and then we got Mikey Keene that would start for a lot of teams in college football, and you know, he was ready to go if needed too. And we got two starters, and that's a great luxury in college football. I don't know very many teams around the country that can say that.
Did you think that was something you could exploit? I mean, you said John Rice wasn't going to lose his job due to injury, but did you look at the matchup and think that was his running ability was really key today?
We had to run the football to beat them, because if you can't run the football, they drop 8, and they've got veteran after veteran on that back end, and they keep everything in front of them. They play mainly zone, and they're good at what they do, and so we felt real strong. We had to run the football. We felt real strong that John Rice, our quarterback, needed to run the football, and that's what happened.
Because what was different about this game, how the guys came out playing really, really hard, not only in the Memphis game, but this week, way different from the ECU game. What's the difference on these last two road games?
We learned a lesson, and that starts with me as a head coach. I didn't have our guys ready to play, okay? And our guys have been ready to play, and they're answering the bell every week, and they're bringing their A game, and that's what they did today too.
Well said.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Players back over by the locker room.